Hi, did you know that you can create maps and PDF reports directly from QField app? In this video, I want to show you step by step how to set up and print maps in QField using layouts created in QGIS. The print option in QField works without having created a print layout in QGIS. However, it only generates a simple map with a general view, but with minimum map elements. QField does not create layouts on its own. It uses the layouts that you previously set up in QGIS. To have a better cartographic product when using this option in QField, it is recommended to create a print layout in QGIS. We're gonna open a QGIS project. I already have one here, as you can see on the screen. For this tutorial, I'm using two vector layers. One is a point layer and one is a polygon layer. I also have a table, but it is not really needed for this tutorial, and a base map from OpenStreetMaps. Currently, this project is saved locally in my computer, but we're going to use QFieldCloud in order to upload it to QField and then open it in my mobile device in QField app. So if you are not familiar with QFieldCloud, I'll recommend you watching this video. Okay, but let's create a layout. So to add a print layout, I go to the project tab. Then here I'm gonna select new print layout, and we're gonna enter a title for this layout. In this window, you have to add the map and the map elements that you would like to use for this map. For this tutorial, I'll keep this map very simple because the goal is to show you how to print it in QField app. To add the map, we click on Add Map. You can see it here on the left side. I select it, and then I go somewhere in my page, and I just add the map in here. Okay, so now we're gonna add the north arrow. I click on the north arrow icon, and then I click somewhere in the window. I'm also gonna add a scale bar. Here on the properties of a scale bar, you can change the type of units. I'll leave it in kilometers. And I'm also gonna add a legend. For the legend, I don't want to see the base map in there or the table. So I can go to the properties of the legend items, and I can select, in this case, the table, and click on hidden. And I'll do the same for the base map. I select it, and then I do right click and I select, and I click hidden. And I'm going to also add text box to add a title. I'm gonna increase the size, and I'm just gonna adjust this a little better. I'm gonna move this elements a little lower in this page, and then I'm gonna have the title up here. Okay, I mean, again, this is a very simple map. I don't want to spend too much time actually putting together a really good cartographic map. The goal is to show you how can you see this in QField app and how to print it. So now I'm gonna save this project, and I'm gonna close this window, and I'm going to save also the QGIS project. And right now I have one template that I can see on QField app, but I want to create one more. And this second one is going to be a layout with an atlas option. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go to the project tab, and I'm going to click on new print layout again. And in this case, I'm going to call it Atlas QField print. And now I click OK. So I'm going to add the map again. View map element, scale bar, north arrow, the legend. Once again, if I want to remove some of these layers, I unselect auto update and I select the layer and I do right click and I click on hidden, and the same for the OpenStreetMap. Okay, the map is very similar. I'm going to add a title again, so I'm gonna add the text box. This one is the Atlas option. Now we're going to add the Atlas option. So by creating an Atlas, I'm creating a print layout for each of the study areas. In this case, there's 3. Now I'm going to click on the Atlas tab and then Atlas settings. And then here, I'm going to activate the generate an Atlas option. In the configuration, we have to select the layer that we want to use. In this case, is the study areas. And also, you can select the field that you want to use to name each of these Atlas maps. So in this case, I'm going to use the name field because each of these polygons or areas have a name. I'm going to leave the output as it is. And now for the Atlas to work, I'm going to select the map. And in the map properties, we're going to scroll down and we're going to enable the controlled by Atlas option. I'm going to leave the margin around feature as the default here, 10%. And then I'm going to go back again to the Atlas tab or the Atlas section. And I'm going to click on hidden coverage layer. Okay, so now I'm going to test if this Atlas is working. So we can go here to preview Atlas. Okay, if you don't see the polygon immediately, we can go back to the item properties and verify that the layer cover is disabled. And now we can see here one of this map atlas. We can adjust the scale bar, reduce it to half a kilometer, or we can even change it to meters and just do 50 meters. And we can also fix the layout a little bit to make sure it fits in all the maps. So now I'm gonna check on the next study area and the last study area. Something else that I want to do, I want to add dynamic text. So I'm going to go back to the add label option and I'm going to add a text that is going to have the study area name. So to do this, we're gonna delete this text in here and I'm going to click on dynamic text. And then I'm going to select under field the name of the area. I can add a text in front, study area. I'm going to increase the text to 18. And we see here that now we have the subtitles with the study area name. And now I'm going to save this Atlas option and I can close this window. One more time, I'm going to save my project. And now this project is ready to be uploaded to QFieldCloud. To do this, I'm going to go to my plugin stop and I already have QField Sync installed. So we need to install the plugin QField Sync. If this is new to you, I would recommend you watch my videos about QField with QFieldCloud. Here, I'm just gonna upload this project into QFieldCloud. So I'm gonna select QFieldCloud Projects Overview. I'm gonna enter my credentials and I'm going to create a new project. So I do click on this cloud on the bottom left. I'll leave this option as a recommended and then I click next. Here, I'm gonna leave this name as it is and then I click create. Okay, so now my project is in QFieldCloud. So now I'm gonna open my mobile device and show you there how to use the print tool and see these two layouts that we created in QGIS. Okay, now here in QField on my mobile device, you need to enter your credentials and then click on sign in. And then here you have to search for the project that you just uploaded in QFieldCloud. Okay, in this case it's this one, and I'm gonna download it on my mobile device. And now that it has been successfully downloaded, I can open it, so I can click on it again. And here you can see the project that we just created and we uploaded in QFieldCloud. And now I do click on the three lines here on the top left and I go to the print option. Here we can see that I have the two layouts, QField Print and the Atlas QField Print layout. So first I'm going to click on QField Print and it's going to ask you to open an app in your mobile device that you want to use to print this map. So I'm just going to open in Files by Google. Here we can see the map or single one where we can see, in this case, all this map. Now, if we do click on the print again and we click on Atlas QField Print the same way, so I'm going to click on open, in my case, open files with Google, and it will create a print for each of these study areas. Before I finish, I want to show you one more thing. If you go to the map, let's say for the first type of layout, the one that doesn't have the atlas, and you zoom in to a location, so you can print let's say this view. I go back into my settings area or I go back here to this other window and I click again on print, and I'm going to use a QField print that doesn't have the atlas. What it does, it did zoom in a little closer to the area that I wanted to show in this map. That's all I have in this tutorial today. If this video was helpful, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep watching more videos like this. Thank you.